All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. We wanted to kind of give you a little market analysis. I know you guys seem to really appreciate and look forward to those videos on kind of what's going on. Right here we have the 2019 ZR1 convertible with the manual transmission. As you guys can see, it's got the big wing, which is part of that ZTK package. And these cars have been on the incline now since 12 to 18 months ago. And we've been saying that. We were onto that early. Got a lot of backlash, a lot of people telling us and, knocking the Corvettes and saying it's just a Corvette. And, they really didn't know what it was. Some people did, some people didn't. And we were saying that this car is going to be knocking on the door, if not surpassing Gen 5 ACR Extreme Vipers. And when we said that, boy, did Viper owners really get upset with us by saying that. And I'm not knocking Vipers. We have one, the 8-mile snakeskin green, probably arguably one of the best in the country. And I'm not trying to put down Vipers when I say that, but when these cars just went through auction down at Mecum in Kissimmee, the ZR1s outperformed and outdid what the Vipers did. You had the 11-mile in the wrapper, black ZR1, 3ZR, ZTK, red interior, beautiful car, but it was an automatic, and it brought almost 300 grand, 297 at the hammer. And you had a 180-mile Viper Extreme that did 275 at the hammer. You had a 900-mile car, just like the one you see here. This one currently has 72 miles. That did 242 at the hammer. And looking back now, that was probably the steal and buy of the show. Convertibles, only 140 were made in a manual transmission with the convertible. If you have a ZTK package like here, it's about half. And you're going to see that, that car was a really good buy for that price at the time. So, these cars are steadily on the incline here, steadily on the increase. We saw one get listed earlier this week for $319,000 with 28 miles. And it's just, the same thing kind of happening that happened with the Ford GTs. And, people are saying, again, you're crazy for comparing those cars together. But what I mean by that is the Ford GTs had a high point, high watermark, and the cars were selling for those prices. And then time would go on and you started seeing cars with thousands of miles, maybe tens of thousands of miles, starting to sell at what that high watermark used to be. That is exactly what's happening with these ZR1s. You had a high watermark at a certain number, and now as you go online, you have those cars being listed and selling for those numbers with tens of thousands of miles or close to it. And there's just really, I have to say, not a lot of good ZR1s on the market. They're either not spec'd very well, they have a lot of miles, they retract, maybe they have some damage. We reference Bring a Trailer now because it's just brought so much attention to the collector car world and car market. They really have run an ACR Extreme Viper almost weekly, if you want to say bi-weekly, making it seem like those cars are readily available. Not saying that they really are, but there's a lot of them out there that are under 1,000 miles or a couple thousand miles and in great shape. In the last 12 months, you've had exactly 3 manual transmissions go through Bring a Trailer, and not one of them yet really has been a top tier primo car that is low mileage in a stick with the ZTK. But the ones that they have had, one just sold last week, 2 weeks ago, for 221 grand with a low wing, 2,900 miles. So great car, nice car. But that's 220 some thousand dollars. So, these cars, when they are brought to a public forum to be, purchased, they're doing money, and they are on the incline faster now than the Vipers.